Hello, welcome back or welcome to Soul Whispers with Michelle. This is a soul-led message, which means if it doesn't resonate, you're fighting the story in any sort of way, or it just doesn't make sense to you, go ahead and leave it behind for the souls that it's meant to find. May love hold you, may truth guide you, and may you be released from whatever is not yours. And so it is, my friends. All right, let's see what's going on in your energy. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Feels like you've leveled up. This feels like you've arrived, okay? You've arrived at this new perspective. You're open to receiving the truth and clarity, even if you don't have it in the moment. It's like you know it's going to come. I feel like there's a greater discernment that is all of a sudden really enveloping you at this time. It's interesting because it's almost like some of the things that you used to accept as truth, you are using greater discernment and questioning. And it also feels as though you are a conviction to the truth, and this understanding that you know that you will receive it if you are open for it. So it's this kind of choosing not to make a decision on something until you have full clarity. Let's see what's crossing that. This is changing you tremendously. We have Judgment. This is about you becoming a complete new person due to this ability to stay open and to really focus on the truth. Not what other people are saying the truth, but to the truth that resonates within you. Let's see what's gotten you to this point. We have the Three of Swords. This feels like I love this for you because this feels heavy, okay? The reason I say it feels heavy is that Three of Swords is about all of these stories that cause us heartbreak. And for you, and I think this is why you've arrived into this new discernment and to this new way of being, it almost feels like a different person because of the different perspective that you have. It's vastly different than what it was before. And it seems like that big, vast difference is because you've gotten to the high frequency of the Three of Swords, which is all about going back into the stories that have caused you pain, and instead of leaving the swords in and reliving the pain, it's like you're taking the swords out and being like, this is the truth. This helped me with this, and this is going to be my focus. I'm not going to continue to put my energy into how this person hurt me. I'm going to take that story and I'm going to say, if this person didn't do this, I wouldn't have learned X. And there's a reverence and a gratitude almost for these things that have hurt you because of the person that is making you, which is very different than who you've been in the past. Let's see where your soul is wanting you to go with this. Interesting. We have the Eight of Swords. Traditionally, the Eight of Swords is about being stuck. I don't think your soul is going to want you to be stuck. But in a way, this is what I see you doing, is like you're rising above all the things. These are all the situations, we'll say all the heartaches, everything that isn't necessarily true, but maybe you've believed at one point. Or it's true, but the focus is on the pain, which is keeping you stuck. And if you pull the sword out and it's almost like put it to the sky, you're going to get the truth out of it. And so this is where I feel your soul's wanting you to go with this. But quite frankly, it feels like that is where you've gone with it, considering the cards in the middle here. And I think, again, this is you sitting up here, looking at all of the things that have kept you stuck and deciding to release each and every one of those. Because if it's not allowing you to grow and continue forward, you're going to go ahead and leave that story behind. I feel like I want another card for that. Two of Wands. Yeah, exactly. That's your soul's wanting you to stay focused on what expands you and not the things that are keeping you stuck. Let's see what's supporting this energy. Yeah. Yeah, baby. You got the Emperor. I love that for you. Like, this is actually a compliment, but it feels like what's keeping you, or what's really supporting you, is your stubbornness but it's the stubbornness in seeking the truth and allowing that truth to almost set you free, free to move, free to grow. It's like you're like, no, I am not going to stay stuck in this energy. I am not going to let this stop me. It's just that kind of energy of very powerful. That is not what I'm doing. You are directing your thoughts. You are directing your vital life force energy, your motivation, your flow. Everything is being directed towards this truth, the perception and reception, I suppose, of the truth, and allowing that to allow you to become a different person, in the sense of like a different person with different beliefs. Those different beliefs allow you to act differently, and you end up changing your reality because you're acting differently based on what you believe. Let's see what's coming in to further support you. We have the Hangman. So all of this surrounding this is this ability for you, when there isn't clarity, to allow yourself to stay in that uncomfortable environment until the truth comes out. So in a way, it's almost like you will stay stuck until the clarity comes. And it's like once the clarity comes with this Two of Wands, you're like, okay, now I'm going to do this with the clarity I've received. But you're willing to sit in this uncomfortableness in order to allow the truth to arrive without taking action, so to speak, until the clarity arrives. Let's see this, the way you're perceiving all this energy. We have Ace of Wands. You feel very motivated. And it would make sense, because if you're allowing the truth to come and you resonate so strongly with it, it also, with that comes this motivation because you're so clear. It really kind of clears the way for any obstacles because there's motivation, there's alignment, and there's truth. Let's see how you're interacting with this environment. We have the Three of Cups. I feel like you're celebrating this. I do believe you're celebrating this with a group of people. Okay, like celebrating this. This feels big, actually. It's starting to feel big. Well, let me say, from your perspective, this energy feels very big because it does feel like you are completely different from who you were before. And in a sense, I can see that. Where you were once stuck and stopped and overwhelmed by losses, by struggles, by betrayals. You're like, that's in the past, buddy. You know, again, it's that whole thank you for showing me who you are so I can move on from this. That's the way I see you interacting with it. It's almost, yeah, this like celebratory energy of like, thank you for showing me that. Whether, I don't know, I don't want to say necessarily good, bad, or I guess it would be a good feeling or a lower frequency feeling, but you're like, thank you, I needed that. and there's reverence. There's reverence for the information you receive. This, I look up to you in a sense, because that is definitely a belief that I resonate strongly with. I also see that that's not, it's not always easy, depending on, what you've been through. Let's see where your hopes and fears are. We have justice. This feels more like, because we're just talking about like the whole positive and negative, and within this card you've got the sun and the moon, and there's an equal balance. And I think your hope here is that seeing both sides of the perspective, again, acknowledging something hurt you, acknowledging there could have been a betrayal, like even a betrayal of yourself, but that acknowledgement leads to this light, because yes, you can see that part, but then you have to turn it around and be like, okay, what good is coming of this? And this is where I feel like this is what balances you. This is the hope, that seeing both sides of the coin allows you to continue without feeling stuck, because you're still in balance. You can still see both, which allows you to have a less resistance to doing what feels right for you. All right, let's see what the outcome is. Prince Discs. The outcome of this, allowing the truth to come, and we've kind of already hit on that, so this really feels more like a confirmation than something new. Okay, but it's the ability to continue to move forward. And you being open to the truth and receiving the truth, even if the truth isn't coming in the moment that you wish it would. It feels like there's this understanding within your soul that it will come. I don't have to force it, I just have to allow it. And you doing that helps you continue moving forward, which it feels like an oxymoron, right? Where it's like, well, you have to stand still in order to move forward. But it's kind of in a way reminding me of that, Sagittarius energy, more of like a bow and arrow, where you have to pull back in order to propel yourself forward. But the tension of pulling back almost allows all this energy to then propel you forward. And so this is kind of what I'm seeing for you. The reason that you're able to have this continuous energy is because you're able to pull back, you're able to stay in that tension until that truth or clarity comes. You release it, and boom, you're now, I don't know, miles and miles ahead of where you would be if you continued to go through that tension and didn't pause and allow the truth to come to you. This feels like I'm so happy for this, whoever this collective is, because it really, really feels like there's a tremendous amount of growth here. And I just feel like this is going to lead you to a life that is way more fulfilling. I don't even know. I mean, I do feel like it's going to be fulfilling, but I also, more than fulfilling, this feels like I don't know how to say, like a very balanced, fulfilled life. I don't know how else to say that. I feel like maybe I want another card. Two came out. We have the Seven of Swords and the Four of Swords. It's funny. We've got deception, and the Four of Swords is rest. Rest and reflection and meditation. And I think that those, again, coming out with this Prince of Discs is allowing the deception. I know the four fell on the ground, but the Four of Swords is reflecting on the deception and allowing that information to progress you forward. So So I don't know what you would like call that energy. It's like you're just moving with more clarity and conviction. That feels like the outcome. All right, if you felt supported or seen in this message, I ask that you reciprocate that support either by donating to my Venmo or PayPal, or liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. If you do comment, I would love for you to comment an emoji that best resonates with your energy. Until the next whisper, my friends.